I'll be speaking on a topic. I will say I cherish so much how to hustle. I've been trying to decode this particular word for a long time. I I started my career in a financial institution where the MD usually called himself the chief hustler. So, so I consider myself because of what I see him accomplish sometime or most times. I've always considered myself not to be an hustler. So I've been trying to figure out how do people hustle. You understand? It intrigues me. For example, maybe I don't know whether this is a good example or a bad example. There was a time I was with a friend. She currently lives in the US. We went to an ATM stand, and when we got to the ATM stand, there were a lot of people at the stand. So So we were looking at, there was a queue. Normally, those days, we used that. There used to be a lot of queues at ATMs before 2023 elections. Which basically, I've reduced queues at ATM because a lot of people now use. A lot of people can go to POS and collect money. So there was a queue at the ATM, and we were trying to figure out. Before I know it, this my friend. Uh, let me use the word. I don't think the word will be quite appropriate for this context of this my video. But before I knew, he also one of the security guys. I don't know. It seems he must have given him money. I was not sure exactly how much he gave the security guy. Handed his ATM card to the security guy, asked him to withdraw for him. Being a security of the bank, he used that privilege, went to the ATM, and we didn't have to wait for others. So sometimes I figure that it's people that understand how the street works. They're the people that actually. So on going through I'll get you to the nitty gritty of how I got the courage to actually put up what I discover, learned, that made me believe that I now understand how to hustle. So, so in the course of preparing for this, I checked in the dictionary to figure out the definition of hustling. While looking at the dictionary to figure out the definition of hustling, I came across different definition. One spoke to what my friend actually that means trying to getting things done in a dishonest way or by perverting the system. Speaks to working hard, as in working quite hard. But I think the one that I found more appropriate for and best described is what I have now to aggressively pursue something. I think that's better way for us is to aggressively pursue something. I can let me quickly play this video, and this is one of the things that inspired me.
Now, I've actually always found something to be very true, which is
made me connect the
most
dots
people
and
don't
know that
get
I
those
found
experiences because they
the
never
definition of
ask.
hustle.
I've
This
never
Steve
found
Jobs.
anybody that didn't want to help me if I asked them for help. I always call them up. I called up, this will date me, but I called up Bill Hewlett when I was 12 years old, and he lived in Palo Alto. His number was still in the phone book. And he answered the phone himself. He said, yes. He said, hi, I'm Steve Jobs. I'm 12 years old. I'm a student in high school, and I want to build a frequency counter. And I was wondering if you had any spare parts I could have. And he laughed, and he gave me the spare parts to build this frequency counter, and he gave me a job that summer in Hewlett-Packard, working on the assembly line, putting nuts and bolts together on frequency counters. He got me a job in the place that built them. And I was in heaven. And I've never found anyone who said no or hung up the phone when I called. I just asked. And when people ask me, I try to be as responsive, to pay that debt of gratitude back. Most people never pick up the phone and call. Most people never ask. And that's what separates sometimes the people that do things from the people that just dream about them. You gotta act. And you've got to be willing to fail. You've got to be willing to crash and burn, with people on the phone, with starting a company, with whatever. If you're afraid of failing, you won't get very far. No, I've actually always found something.
So basically, this is the video I think that really ignited me and give me that certainty that I figured out how to hustle. I've come across this verse of the Bible. This practically not the first time that I'm coming across. I've seen it severally, but I've never been able to pin it to the word hustle. So, but on listening to Steve Jobs is late now. He is the founder of Apple. He died, I think he died of cancer. He was a great guy. So he was trying to understand why people don't ask. Whenever he asked for help, he has always gotten help. After as a form of gesture, he also have always returned help, even if it is from a stranger. He was talking about that. Practically, he asked somebody that never knew as a 12-year-old, and he got help. And I was like, that's it. That's what I've been. That's what my mind has been. So, and that immediately that tracked me down to this Bible verse, Matthew 7 to 9 says, "Ask and keep." This is Amplified version. Ask and keep on asking, and it will be given to you. Seek and keep on seeking, and you will find. Knock and keep on knocking, and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who keeps on seeking finds, and to him who keeps on knocking, it will be open. This is interesting verse of the Bible. I think it's exactly the same thing like Steve Jobs put it. And this was Jesus teaching his disciples even before Steve Jobs. That probably Steve Jobs codedly is a student of the Bible. I could remember I saw some part of his story where he attends Mormon church. He said that was the only place he could. I think I don't know why while he was investing before he dropped out, because that was the only place he could get food for free and eat a very good food. So he visited the church. Is it Momo? I don't know. I can't remember. Once in a week, maybe that was why he caught the word "ask" about asking and getting help. So he said people should ask for help. Even what I figured out, and I'm just post stressing how great this verse is, how true this verse is. So this verse is not, it's not a theology. It's not when I mean theology, it's not just, it's about principles. And this is how to also, you just have to keep asking. You understand? You just have to keep on asking. Whenever you need help, you have to learn to ask for help. And whenever you are looking for service, you have to learn how to seek, find, also, uh, how do I put? Keep seeking, keep digging, keep researching. You will always find solution. And I think that's how human have been able to build all the great things we have built in our world. That's how we have been able to do all the marvelous things, build planes, build phones, build rockets, is because some people cannot just asking questions, cannot just stop seeking, and they always find, and they cannot just stop knocking, and they always what? Doors are always open to the ideas. You understand? So this is just basically how to also you have to keep asking. So that's why I decided let me share with. So and this also speaks to this is another part of the Bible that speaks exactly to what we just read. I was talking about a judge who neither fear God, but because he desperate we do use that word, that means that word desperate. I love that word a lot. You have to be desperate. You have what you want, you have to really, really want it. And once you make up you persist, you keep asking, you keep asking, you keep. He wore this judge out, and the judge did what? Gave her what she wanted. She wanted justice, and the judge gave her justice. That's the way it works. That's the way the world works. You have to ask. You will even discover that, in as much I would advise people not to really ask for money, even you discover that as beggars too, they keep begging. They will be on the road. You can't imagine. They will be on the road. They've learned a lot. You can learn from beggars. They will be on the road. They will keep asking. They will ask. Basically, this is what I call mass marketing. That's the way it works. You see, beggar, that's what beggars are doing on the road. They are doing mass market. They will ask this person. This person may not give them. They ask one, two, three. They keep asking. Before you know it, one will give them. They come back. If they don't get money, they won't keep coming back. You may not give them. Another person will give them. And that's the way it works. I've had to cost to give people money to laugh at. I've had cost to. I could remember those days when we were still another graduate that would leave all the way from Ilorin to Lagos. We don't really have. We don't have enough money to get, but we have to get home because our parents are in Lagos. And somehow we. I could remember a day that me and my friend we are too shady. We got there in the evening. We asked, and that's why we. So that's the way the world works. But sometimes what some of us figure out is that when we become old, we start feeling it's shameful to need help of others. I don't think there's any shame there needing help from others. You understand? It's not there's nothing. Usually when you have a genuine intention. When you have a genuine intention, you need help, you ask. You need a job, keep searching. Anything you want to build something, yeah, there's an idea in your mind that you have to build something, keep finding. You understand? You want to meet Mr. President, no matter how difficult it may be, keep knocking at those doors. Doors will be open unto you. Don't just give up. He said he wore the judge out and just said, let me give her what she wants. So basically, I will quickly summarize this. What characteristics of an hustler. From my research, this is there must be clarity of goals. As an hustler, you must know what you want. Once you know what you want, then you must be able to ask, seek, and knock. Then be willing to hear no. Just like the just testimony is unique. He said there is no door he has knocked. There's nobody he has asked that he has not found them. That's interesting. Maybe America is different. But there are times in Nigeria I've asked people for help, I didn't get. But what he's saying, don't be willing to hear no. What may I would advise? Be willing to hear no. And what? The last one, these are in order. Clarity of goal, ability to ask, seek, and knock. Be willing to hear no. Then persistence. When you hear no, move on. If you don't have to, you may ask the same person, I will advise you move on to the next person. You can have a list of people you feel can help you. Ask A, if A is not, move to B, move to C. You understand? If we have to ask that, when I say mass market, if you have to ask 110 billion people, just be focused, keep asking. Wisdom, old wisdom that Jesus released over 2,000 years ago told you that if you ask, you will receive. If you knock, the doors will be open to you. If you seek, you will find. I will advise you. Will you join me in this also? Try and be an understand. This is how to hustle. Thank you.